What percent of the land? I'm sorry, I was plugging in my phone. It was going dead.
That's okay. What percent of the land should we put up? I would like to propose 10% of our land because I want to give some revenues back to the city that we're taking right now.
Do you have any idea how much revenue talked about?
I have no idea, but I figure that if there's 10% increase in the number of jobs, that I think Val Patterson and I figured out that might be like 5% increase in actual population because we've already got some unemployed people. Is that the calculation you made, Val?
Yes.
And so therefore, if we increased by 5% the amount of land, that would match, basically. It wouldn't really grow the revenues that the next city council might need. So I was wanting to make it a nice round number, say 10%.
And I have a quick question, if I may.
Sure.
So we're only, out of this 9% that's available, we're leaving 1%, correct? The 6, 7, 8, yeah. So we're leaving 1% of the available funds that we do when we add everything up.
Right. I'm thinking we're going to be committing to 99%. In other words,
okay.
You know, that's my.
With the sale of the land, and say with the 10%, we're going to add that back into the city.
Yeah, something's going back to the city. I don't know. It's sort of one of these things where they release the land, and then it depends on the market value, whether they get a lot for that land or not a lot.
Okay.
Now, remember how Dr. Coyle said we had to plug in some numbers? I think that's what we do now as city council people, to communicate down to each level how much money everybody will have.
Okay.
So at the end of this presentation, I'm going to start plugging in those numbers, hitting save, and I guess it takes a little while for it to percolate through the system. When we go in tomorrow, we should see larger budgets for each of our sectors.
Okay. Now, does that in turn interface, I'm wondering, or would we have to actually physically go in our section, I'm thinking, and make some changes?
I think when one person makes the change, it affects the entire system.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Would the entire simulation then be changed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Only for city council, but not in our areas. We have to change in our particular area.
In
your particular area, you're going to see suddenly more money.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. If it changed to city council, Steve, then when we go into city council, just say in a day, and then into our specific area, we should see a change. Correct?
That's my understanding of the simulation.
Understood, but I don't know.
I think we'll see more money, then it's up to us how we allocate it.
How we allocate it, correct.
And then that's the big thing. By September, I think it's 12, each meeting, each individual division has to start meeting to decide. Now, by us three making this decision tonight, we would give the individual divisions extra time, because under her original calendar, it was September 12 to 15 that the individual meetings had to make their commitments.
Okay.
What I'm proposing is that we just bite the bullet tonight and say sorry to Val Hall, but we got 3 votes here.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
You know, I mean, it could be that we just sit on this and we talk it through with Val Hall, and we don't actually make the commitment until 24 hours from now. But what that would do would be, it would allow Val Hall a chance to hear what we've said. It would allow us to sleep on this. And if I don't hear anything from each one of you, I'm going to talk with Val Hall. if she feels like we've made some really good decisions and she likes having that extra 1% for her econ development, then boom, we just kind of move ahead like that.
Okay, that sounds good to me. What I think we should do is, instead of just you not hearing from us, like you said, we all sleep on it, then either way, if we come up with some different ideas and things like that, email you just to say, hey, I'm still in agreement with what we spoke about.
I love it. It's much better to have a positive action. I agree with that. You're right.
Correct.
Okay.
So